Joseph Kuria Irungu, also known as Jowie, has been sentenced to death for the murder of businesswoman Monica Kimani.
And she was the poster girl of success and ambition at the beginning of what promised to be an enviable career in broadcast journalism. Now she's facing up to a quarter century in an Australian prison for her complicity in the murder of her child.
Fame in Kenya is a tricky thing. One day, you're at the top of the game. Red carpets, TV interviews, fans chanting your name. The next, you're trending for all the wrong reasons. And in this country, Kenya, it takes something major to keep people talking. Being linked to a serious crime is one way to do it. Take Esther Arunga, for example, once a respected news anchor. She had a promising career before leaving journalism to join a controversial church, the Finger of God, and marry Quincy Timberlake. In 2015, her son died during a ritual that went wrong. She was arrested, turned state witness, and faded from the public eye. And she's not the only one. Over the years, several Kenyan celebrities have been dragged into scandals involving serious allegations. Some were guilty, some walked free, and some, well, their names will forever be attached to crimes they may or may not have committed. Today, we'll talk about Kenyan celebrities who have been accused of serious crimes. Remember to like this video and don't forget to subscribe. We start with Octopizzo, one of Kenya's most respected rappers. If you have no idea who Octopizzo is, are you even living in Kenya? Anyway, if you do a very simple search on Google, Octopizzo, you'll find this guy, real name Henry Ohanga. This guy is an award-winning recording and performing artist, humanitarian and a budding entrepreneur, born in the sprawling slums of Kibera. Sprawling is a big word to mean large, so don't be surprised. Now, we know Octopizzo, or I know Octopizzo because of the songs he has been releasing over the years. Some of the songs that I know and Google knows is like No Money, Young Puffy, Wakerido, BJ. I've never heard of that song. There's Babylon, Something For You, and of course the songs are too many to mention. Let's go back to what happened in 2019.
Tonight, the plot thickens in the death of Kenneth Abom, the 19-year-old Strathmore University student who died on Saturday.
Now, images have emerged showing a blooded Kenneth moments after what his family believes to have been an assault by rapper Octopizzo.
Now, an autopsy was conducted at the Kenyatta National Hospital, and the report is expected to be presented to the family on Tuesday.
Octopizzo was caught in a tragic situation back in 2019. The incident involved Kenneth Abom, a 19-year-old university student. Here's what happened. Allegedly, the young man was assaulted at Octopizzo's house in Woodley Estate. Moments later, he left with a blood-stained t-shirt, went home, and shortly after, fell or jumped from the 4th floor of their apartment building. Was rushed to Nairobi Women's Hospital and later Kenyatta National Hospital, where he died. Octopizzo denied anything to do with it, saying he did not hit the boy or do anything, and that he had no idea why the student was in his house in the first place. His neighbors told a different story, but just like that, the case vanished from the public eye. Let's talk about this other guy, Jowie Irungu. If you follow Kenyan crime stories, you know Jowie Irungu definitely. This guy had a flashy lifestyle and high-profile connections, but that all changed in 2018 when he was arrested for the shocking case of Monica Kimani.
Joseph Kuria Irungu, also known as Jowie, has been sentenced to death for the murder of businesswoman Monica Kimani. Justice Grace Nzioka, in handing Irungu the maximum sentence for the murder, said the punishment fits the heinous crime that cost the 29-year-old her life.
Shall suffer death as provided for the offense of under section 204 of the Penal Code of Kenya.
Monica was found lifeless in her apartment in circumstances too graphic to describe here. The kind of crime you'd expect in a dark crime series, not real life. Joey was the prime suspect. He was the last known person to visit Monica's apartment. He gave conflicting accounts and he was found with a gunshot wound which he claimed was from a failed attempt on his own life. And let's not forget his then girlfriend, Jackie Maribe, and we'll talk about Jackie Maribe in detail shortly. Jackie Maribe, a respected journalist, was also arrested because the police found a live bullet in her bedroom. When this story came out, the media went wild. The case turned into one of the most watched trials in Kenya. Jowie ended up spending 16 months in community maximum prison before being released on a 2 million Kenyan shilling bail. While outside, he became too religious and even tried making gospel music, maybe thinking that would save him. But that move didn't work because in 2024, Jowie was found guilty of the crime, while Jackie was acquitted. But the public remained divided. Let's talk about Jackie Maribe in detail. Maribe had a golden career. She was one of Citizen TV's top anchors, trusted, respected, admired. She delivered breaking news with confidence. Then, she became the breaking news.
Citizen TV anchor Jackie Maribe has been detained for 10 more days to give police more time to investigate the murder of Monica Kimani. Maribe, who was arrested last week after her boyfriend was linked to Monica's murder, was arraigned in a Kiambu court earlier today. Kiambu Principal Magistrate Justice Kituku ordered police to ensure she is safe while in custody. In
2018, everything changed for Jackie Maribe. She was arrested in connection with Monica Kimani's case. The accusations assisting Jowie in staging the defense, possibly knowing more than she admitted, and then of course the mysterious bullet found in the house. Her defense, she was just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. And let's be honest, she probably wasn't the main suspect, but in Kenya, once your name is tied to something this big, your career is never the same again. Unlike Jowie, Maribe didn't spend months behind bars. She got bail, and the court told her to keep quiet about the case, which is ironic considering she made a career out of talking. She has since tried to make a comeback, but it's never the same, because in Kenya, a politician can survive a scandal, but a TV anchor, not so much. And with that, let's talk about another anchor who has tried to make a comeback after a scandal and failed. Otieno. Otieno was once a media giant, sharp, charismatic, powerful. Then he vanished from the screens. Why? Because his name was linked to the mysterious passing of Karin Chepchumba. Karin, a young IT specialist, was found lifeless in her apartment. Reports indicated she had suffered serious harm, and the prime suspect, the man she was rumored to be in a relationship with, Otieno. Her family claimed she had taken huge loans to fund Otieno's lifestyle. Otieno denied everything. What happened next? The case stalled, no real convictions, and Otieno faded from the public eye. He later re-emerged, struggling with medical issues. Otieno didn't just lose his career, he lost his hearing. In his later years, he's been struggling with medical issues, even appealing for donations for treatment. A harsh ending for someone who once ruled the newsroom. Now, if you thought celebrity cases were bad, wait until we bring in politicians. Former Migori governor Obado made headlines when his pregnant ex-girlfriend Sharon Otieno was found lifeless in a remote area in a forest.
The High Court has ruled that former Migori Governor Obado, his assistant Michael Oyamo, and a third accused, Caspal Obiero, have a case to answer in the 2018 murder of Rongo University student Sharon Otieno.
This wasn't just any crime. This was one of the most disturbing cases in Kenyan history. The details were heartbreaking, the crime brutal. Obado was arrested and accused of being involved in what happened to Sharon, but he wasn't the only one. His aides Michael Oyamo and Caspar Obiero were also taken in. For weeks, Kenya was in shock mode. Protests were there, outrage, people demanding justice. But what happened? Something expected. Obado walked out of jail. He finished his term as a governor, and just like that, the case started fading from the headlines. Let's talk about another case that faded from the headlines. The DJ Fatso case. DJ Fatso probably wishes people were talking about his music, but no. In 2023, his name became linked to the highly suspicious death of Jeff Mwadhi. In early 2023, Jeff Mwathi, a young and ambitious interior designer, spent his last moments at the apartment of Mugithi singer DJ Fatso. Hours later, he was dead.
Detectives from DCI have told Citizen TV that an upcoming interior designer, Jeff Mwathi, did not take his own life, but was dead.
His body was found outside the building. The official cause of death, a fall from the 10th floor. But when the footage doesn't match the narrative, people start asking questions. CCTV recordings showed unusual movements before the fall, raising doubts about whether this was a suicide, an accident, or something worse. The case ignited national outrage, with Kenyans demanding answers. Yet after months of investigation, DJ Fatso was cleared of any wrongdoing. Whether DJ Fatso was involved or not, one thing is clear. Jeff Mwathi's family never got the justice they were hoping for. The next case also ignited national outrage, the Babu Owino case. Babu Owino is a man who thrived in chaos, if you remember his days back at Nairobi University.
A hungry dog licks its nose, while a satisfied dog licks its private part. Sisi kama hungry dogs tunasema ya kwamba when your head is too big, you can never miss a blow.
He built a political career out of controversy, but in 2020, things went too far.
The only thing many know about him is he was the victim of a near-fatal shooting in a club right here in Nairobi. Felix Orinda, popularly known as DJ Evolve, who was shot by Embakasi Member of Parliament. Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino is numb from his mid-torso down. Now, his health has improved over the past weeks and he's receiving treatment at home as he clutches onto hope that things will turn around and he will return to the DJ decks.
Inside B Club, in full view of the CCTV cameras, Babu pulled out a firearm and fired at DJ Evolve, hitting him in the neck. Then, in December 2021, DJ Evolve miraculously decided to withdraw the case, saying he wanted to focus on recovery. By August 2023, Babu was officially acquitted due to lack of sufficient evidence.
Now, Felix Orinda, popularly known as DJ Evolve, who was allegedly shot by Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino at a Nairobi club in the year 2020, has told the court that he did not see the legislator with a firearm on the said day. DJ Evolve said he does not recall the legislator shooting at him as he only regained consciousness while he was being rushed to the hospital. DJ Evolve testified today as a defense witness in a case of misuse of a firearm against the MP.
Throughout the case, Babu maintained that he had done the honorable thing, supporting DJ Evolve's medical bills, taking care of his needs. Today, Babu Owino walks free, his political career intact. Meanwhile, DJ Evolve, once a vibrant entertainer or DJ, was left paralyzed and dependent on medical care and living on the financial compensation he received. Yes, he has money, but what's money when you've lost your freedom, your ability to move, to work, to live as you once did? Anyway, let's talk about Maxine Wahome. In March 2023, Kenyan rally driver Maxine Wahome made headlines for all the wrong reasons. She was taken to court in connection with the tragic passing of fellow rally driver and boyfriend Asad Khan. A power couple in motorsports, maybe, but this story took a dark turn real quick. It all started in December 2022 when Khan was found unresponsive in their shared apartment in Kilimani, Nairobi. According to reports, his Achilles tendon had been slashed and he had a serious head injury. If you're asking what is Achilles tendon, this is Achilles tendon. That's not a minor accident. Sadiq Shaban, a well-known journalist through his X account, shared details from the witnesses, who painted a rather dark and disturbing picture of the incident. Police arrested Wahome shortly after, following a report filed by Khan's brother. But when she appeared in court, Wahome had a completely different story. Through her lawyer, she claimed that she was actually the victim, insisting that Khan got injured while attacking her. A shocking twist, absolutely. The case left the public divided, with many wondering whether it was self-defense or something more sinister. Let's talk about the commander. This commander, Pastor James Nganga, or as his followers call him, the commander. He's known for his bold sermons, but in 2015, his name was trending for a completely different reason. In July 2015, a red Range Rover, allegedly linked to Nganga, was involved in a horrific road crash on the Nairobi-Naivasha highway. The accident led to the loss of Maxine Wahome life, a passenger in a Nissan car that collided with the Range Rover. But this wasn't just a tragic accident. What followed was a legal drama. Nganga was taken to court accused of reckless driving that resulted in the fatal crash. But that wasn't all. His driver and 2 police officers were also charged for allegedly trying to cover up the whole thing. Yet, despite all the legal drama, in May 2019, the court found him not guilty. Just like that, he was a free man.
Neno Evangelism Center head pastor James Maina Nganga has been acquitted of the murder of Maxine Wahome along the Naivasha-Nakuru highway. Nakuru Chief Magistrate Godfrey Odur said the prosecution had failed to prove that he caused her death by dangerous driving. Nganga had been charged alongside 3 others, including 2 police officers. They were facing 4 charges, including causing death by dangerous driving, failing to report an accident, giving false information to a person employed in the public service, and conspiracy to defeat justice.
Maxine Wahome's family kept pushing for justice, but for Pastor Nganga, it was back to business as usual. This is also one of the most publicized trials in the country. Most people might not remember Moses Dola, but his story is one that shook Kenya's media industry. A journalist by profession, he found himself behind bars after being found responsible for the tragic passing of his wife, Wambui Kabiru, a former NTV reporter.
Moses Dola, the journalist who was convicted of manslaughter following the death of his wife, who was also a journalist, former NTV reporter Sarah Wambui Kabiru, has been sentenced to 10 years in jail.
Back in October 2011, what should have been an ordinary day turned into a domestic dispute gone horribly wrong. Wambui didn't survive the altercation, and after years of legal battle, in November 2018, Dola was sentenced to 10 years in prison for manslaughter. Now, the dispute allegedly began over loud music, escalating into a physical altercation. According to Dola, things got out of hand and Wambui suffered a fatal injury after hitting her head on the bed's frame. Instead of calling for help immediately, he left the house, only resurfacing 3 days later and surrendered himself at the Naivasha police station, saying he had nothing to hide. Judge Roslyn Korir ruled that Dola had the upper hand in the violent altercation that led to the wife's passing, making him fully responsible. His bond was revoked and he was officially sentenced 10 years in prison. It was a lenient punishment considering the maximum term for such a crime is life in jail. Let's go to the most popular story of all, the story of Esther Arunga. There was a time when Esther Arunga was the golden girl of Kenyan media, a sharp, articulate and confident news anchor. She dominated television screens, delivering primetime news on KTN with an aura of intelligence and elegance. She had the brains, the beauty and the ambition, until everything came crashing down in the most dramatic way possible. Arunga's media career was taking off, starting at Capital FM before she became a household name at KTN. But in 2009, her life took a strange turn when she joined the Finger of God Church, founded by Joseph Helen. Soon after, she got engaged to Wilson Malaba, another member of the church, but called off the engagement in early 2010. Things escalated when she resigned from a high-profile TV job after meeting Kwesi Timberlake, a man with a very shady past, who along with Helen formed the Placenta Party of Kenya. Yes, you heard that right. The plan, Helen would run for president and Arunga would become deputy president. But before that could happen, Timberlake was arrested, accused of running a cult-like religious sect. Still, Arunga stuck by his side, and after his release, the couple relocated to Australia with their young family. Then, in 2014, tragedy struck. Their eldest son lost his life in what was alleged to be an exorcism gone wrong. The shocking reports claim that the parents performed the exorcism themselves. Both Arunga and Timberlake were charged, but in a major twist, Arunga was granted bail after testifying that her husband was the one responsible for their son's tragic end. Since then, little has been heard about Esther Arunga, a once promising journalist, a woman who had the entire nation's admiration, disappeared into oblivion, leaving behind a tragic and mysterious story. If there's one thing this list proves, is that being famous in Kenya sometimes comes with its own form of immunity. Regular people, they rot in jail for years before they even get a hearing, sometimes for something as small as stealing a cow or a minor traffic offense. But celebrities with bigger crimes, they get media coverage, bail, and a fresh start. Don't be surprised when the accused is out of bail, launching a new project, giving interviews, and of course doing the most popular thing, running for office. This is Kenya. And with that, I guess we've come to the end of this video. And if you've really enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and of course comment. Commenting is very important, so over comment. And let's meet in the next video.